This is Dr. Nirupama Bhatt, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, VFSTRU. Today we will be seeing about the block ciphers in the course Cryptography and Network Security. So, the main syllabus of this particular course in the second unit is to understand about the block ciphers. So, how to use this particular block ciphers and what are the different block ciphers that are being used. And also we study about two such block ciphers. They are the data encryption standard and advanced encryption standard. And also we study about the various modes of operations and the multiple encryption techniques like DDES, DDES, and also we will be studying about the stream cipher, that is RC4. After completing this particular unit, the student he will be able to understand why this particular block cipher is and what is a stream cipher, and he will be understanding where you will be using block ciphers and where you have to use the stream ciphers. Today we will be seeing about the stream ciphers and RC4. RC4 is one type of stream cipher. So, let us see what this particular stream cipher is. So, we will be studying about the stream cipher and its structure, properties of the stream cipher, RC4 algorithm, and we will be studying about the security of RC4 algorithm. So, coming to the stream cipher, in this stream cipher means you use only a stream of data. The stream of data, it can be a bit or byte of data. So, in stream cipher you will be encrypting only the bitwise or bytewise data. Okay. So, you get a bit of data and you come out with a pseudo random generator, you give the key to the pseudo random generator, and the output of the pseudo random generator is XORed with the plain text to get the ciphertext. So, and that is what it is given here. You process the data bit by bit and you use a pseudo random generator, and using the pseudo random generator you are generating the key stream, and using that key stream we are combining or XORing it with the plain text to get the ciphertext. So, the randomness of the key stream is completely destroys the statistical properties in this particular message. So, yes, this is the plain text. It is XORed with the key stream that is generated by the pseudo random generator, and we get the ciphertext. But this particular key stream should be never reused. If it is used, it may be cryptanalyzed. So, here you can see you have the key will be input to the pseudo random generator. You have the key, it is input to the pseudo random generator, and this generates a key stream, and you are XORing the key with the, here also the data it is coming bitwise or bytewise. So, you are XORing that data with the key stream data, and that is nothing but the ciphertext. And when this ciphertext at the receiving side, again they use the same key, and that will be input to the pseudo random generator, and it will be generating the key stream, and when this ciphertext is XORed with the key, you get back the plain text. So, we will see some of the technical terms used here. The main thing is pseudo random generator. So, the random generator actually it generates random numbers, but the pseudo random generator, depending upon the input value, it generates the same set of stream of data, so that it can be used both by the sender and the receiver, but it gives the property of randomness. Okay. So, it is a set of values or elements that is statistically random. It is statistically random, and it is derived from the starting point. Starting point is nothing but you will be inputting a key and repeated over. So, and continuously you can generate the data. and it provides you the randomness in the data, as well as you know what is plain text. Plain text is the original message that is to be transmitted, and the ciphertext, it is the message that is created after applying this particular encryption algorithm. And we will be using a key. Key is a secret message that is known only to the sender and the receiver. It can be a message or it can be a number or whatever it is. So, what are the properties of this stream cipher? So, when you are designing a stream cipher, it should have long periods with no repetitions, and it should be statistically random, and you have to use a large key. If the key is large, then it will be difficult to cryptanalyze, and you need to have large linear complexity, and it should be properly designed so that it can be secure, equivalently secure with the block cipher. But it is usually simple and faster. Here you do not have much computations in the stream cipher. So, now let us see this RC4 algorithm. RC4 algorithm, it is a stream cipher, and it was owned by RSA Labs, and the person who has come up with this particular cipher is Ron Rivest, and it is a simple and an effective cipher. The key size need not be fixed here. You can have a variable size key between 0 to 256, that means 1 to 256, that is it can be from 0 to 255, that means it can be 256 bytes, and it is a byte oriented stream cipher, and it is mainly used in web applications, because in the web applications you need not wait till the complete data comes and make it into block and then you encrypt it. So, as the data comes, you can use the stream cipher and you can encrypt the data. So, it is mainly used in web applications, and here the key forms the random permutation of all the 8-bit values, and it uses the permutation to scramble the input. So, now let us see the working of RC4 cipher, or how the RC4 cipher works. So, initially we need to take a array which you call it as state array. Initially you need to use an array which you call it as state array. So, we have to initialize the state array with the values from 0 to 255. The first step is initializing an array. It can be between 0 to 255. Next, in the next step, we take the key. So, key can be of variable size. Suppose you have this particular key, but you have to replicate the same key till it reaches this 255. Okay. So, the key value can be, it can be numbers or it can be with alphabets. If it is alphabets, we can convert it into numerics, and we will be using numerics here. Okay. So, the key value, whatever you take, the key, you will be replicating it till you get or you complete the 255 value. So, here we are showing. So, from the key you are coming up with another table. From the key we are coming up with another table T. It is nothing but after this again you are starting the key here. This value is again put here, this value is again put here, like that. After completing that, again you will continue with the same values. That is the next step. So, after that, in the third step, we have to permute this particular state array. In the third step, you have to permute the state array. So, here we are permuting the elements in the state array, and that is nothing but the initial permutation of the state array. Initial permutation of the state array. So, the first step is you are taking a initial array from values from 0 to 255, and then you are taking the key and you are replicating the key till you reach, that means you must have 256 values of the key. So, if the key size is, because you are taking a variable size key, you can replicate it with the same values. Okay. And the next step is you have to perform initial permutation, so that the S array, the values that is present in the S array is shuffled. Okay. So, let us will be seeing how we will be shuffling that. And finally, you generate the key stream. You generate the key stream. So, let us see here, in the initial permutation, only in the initial permutation we will be using the key value that is available in T. Okay. So, here you are using it, and afterwards, and after doing the initial permutation, then you will be continuously generating the key stream. Okay. And so, it depends upon the key value, depending upon the key value, the key stream will be generating. So, let us see the process now. So, here you can see whatever I have discussed, we have written here, you can just go through it. So, it starts with an array S and its value ranges from 0 to 255. Its value ranges from 0 to 255, and we use a key, and using that key we try to shuffle the array. So, S, that is nothing but the array, you are calling it as the internal state of the cipher. And how the encryption process is done? The encryption continues the shuffling of array. So, you shuffle the array and you generate a key. Again you shuffle the array and you generate a key. This is a continuous process. So, sum of the shuffled pair selects the stream key. So, depending upon the shuffling value, you add those values, and that particular outcome, that is the subscript which you use, and the value that is present at that particular location, you call it as the key value, and you use that for the key value. And to get the cipher text, we XOR the plain text byte with the key byte. So, here you can see the implementation of that. So, what is the first step? The first step is the initialization step. So, here you can see for I is equal to 0 to 255, do S of I is equal to I. So, I is equal to 0 to 255. So, when the value of I is 0, you are initializing S of 0 with 0, S of 1 with 1. Like that, you will be initializing S of 255 with 255. So, that is the initialization step. The next step is you have to replicate the key, isn't it? So, when the value of I is 0, our Ti becomes, that is T0 becomes K of 0 mod, if the key length is suppose 5 bytes. So, you can write it as, that is nothing but K of 0 value, that means T of 0 value is K of 0 value. Similarly, T of 1 value is K of 1 value, and T of 4 will be K of 4, and when you come with T of 5, it is nothing but K of 5 mod 5, that is again nothing but the value that is present in K of 0. So, like this, that is nothing but we are replicating the key values, that you can see in this particular statement. Now, the next thing what we have to do is we have to shuffle the state matrix. We have to shuffle the state matrix. So, let us see how we can shuffle that particular values. So, we will take the values, initialize the values of I and j. Okay. So, first you have j is equal to 0. So, let us keep j is equal to 0. And then what we are telling, I is equal to 0 to 255 do. So, your I value is again 0 because we are starting it from 0. Okay. J is equal to j plus s of I plus t of I. That is nothing but what is the value of j? J is 0. What is there in s of 0? S of 0 initially it has 0 because s of 0 has 0, s of 1 has 1, s of 2 has 2 and so on. So, s of 0 it has 0. And what does t of 0 has? T of 0, suppose you have taken the key as 1, 4, 2, 3, 8. So, it has k of 0, it has, or t of 0, it has 1. So, your j is 1 now. Okay. And you are performing mod 256. So, 1 mod 256 is 1. Then you have to perform swap s of I and s of j. What is s of I? S of I is the first element. S of I value is 0, no? So, you have to swap the s of 0 value with s of j value is 1. So, initially you will be swapping the 0 value, s of 0 value with s of 1 value. Now, let us see how the RC4 works. The first step, previously in the diagram, in the figure we have seen the first step. The first step is initializing the value of S, that is the internal state array. So, how we are initializing the value of that particular array? The array values ranges from 0 to 255. So, here you can see for I is equal to 0 to 255, S of I is equal to I. So, this statement creates an array S and so on, and its subscript values range from 0 to 255. Okay. And after executing this step, we have the values of, this is the state array, we have the values of S as 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, 254 and 255. Next, let us suppose our key value is 1, 5, 7, 4, 8. So, now you are taking the key value and you are extending the table T with the key value. So, how this particular key value T table should be? It should also be of the same length as the state matrix. So, here we have taken the value of key as 1, 5, 7, 4, 8. So, it has 1, 5, 7, 4, 8. Next, again the same value will be repeating till you reach this 255 cell. So, again you have it as 1, 5 and so on. So, it is repeating. So, let us see how we can do that. T of I is equal to K of I mod key length. T of I is equal to K of I mod key length. So, K of 1 mod key length is nothing but k of 0 mod key length is 1, k of 1 mod key length is 5, k of 2 mod key length is 7, like that. And when you reach this, again you are performing, because you are performing mod key length operation, again the next cell is filled with the 0th element, because you will come up with k of 0 again. So till here you will be using the key, and from here onwards you do not have key, you will be using this extended key that is stored in the array T. So that is the next step. The third step what you have to do is, we have to shuffle the values of this particular S array. So to shuffle the values of this S array, how we have to do? So let us see how we are shuffling these values. These are the subscript values that I am writing. Okay. So how we can do that? Initially we have to initialize the value of j as 0. So our j value is 0. And I is equal to 0 to 255. So I is equal to 0 to 255 means initially the I value is also 0. Okay. I is equal to 0 to 255. J is equal to j plus Si plus Ti. J is equal to j plus Si plus Ti. So you want the value of j. You want the value of j plus Si plus Ti. Okay. So what is the value of j? It is 0 plus Si. What is the value of I? I is 0. So S of 0. What is the value of S of 0? It is 0. Plus T of I. What is T of I? T of I is T of I value is 0. So T of 0. So what is there in T of 0? You have 1 here. So that means it depends upon the key value. Okay. So J S of 0 and T of 0. So it is 1. So what is this particular 1? J is equal to j plus S of I plus T of I. So you are replacing the j value with whatever you have got now. So now the value of j becomes 1. The value of j becomes 1. So after this we have to perform this swap statement. Swap S of I with S of j. So what is S of I? S of I is 0. So S of I, S of 0 is 0. And what is j? J is 1. So S of j is, what is there? S of j, j is 1. So S of 1 is 1. So we have to swap S of 0 with S of 1. So let us swap it. So now that means we started shuffling this, particular array. So now what happens? This is a for loop. So the I value becomes 1 now. You are incrementing the I value from 0 to 1. So now our I value is 1. It is not 0. And currently j value is 1. Now again we are performing the same statement. J is equal to j plus S of I plus T of I. So what is j value? It is 1 plus S of I. What is I value? It is 1. S of I means what is there in S of I? S of 1. What is there in S of 1? It is 0. Plus T of I. What is there in T of I? t of I, t of 1. What is there in t of 1? You have 5. So, currently the j value is 5 plus 1. So, you are replacing the j value with 6 now. And now we have to swap again s of I with s of j. What is s of I? I is 1. So, s of I is s of 1. What is there at s of 1? It is 0. So, you have to swap this location with s of j. What is j value? It is 6. What is there in s of j? Actually, it will be in 6th location. Initially, there will be 6 only. After shuffling, it will be changing. So, you have at s of j, you have 6. So, you have to swap s of I with s of j. I value is 1. So, whatever that is present here, you have to shuffle it with s of j, because j value is 6, and in the 6th location subscript you have 6 value. So, let us reshuffle it. So, here it should be 6 and here it should become 0. So, okay. No, here it is 6 and here it is 0, sorry, it is 0. Okay, now again you increment the I value by 1. Now I value becomes 2. So, our j is equal to j plus s of I plus t of I. So, I value is 2 now. So, it is 2 and it is 2. What is there at s of, what is the value of j? J is 6 at present, plus what is there in s of 2? In s of 2 there is 2, plus what is there in t of 2? T of 2 there is 7. So, our current value of j, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. So, now our j value becomes 15. In the next step, what we have to do? We have to shuffle whatever there at s of I with s of j. That means you have to shuffle this 2 with whatever that is present at s of 15. Initially 15 only will be there. So, you can write 15 here, and at some 15th location you will be having this 2. Like this we will change the value of I from 0 to 255. By the end, actually you will be shuffling all the values of the array S. Okay. So, that is the permutation. That means you are reshuffling the locations of the values that is present in S. And now the last step is key generation. So, in the key generation you perform like that only, the same step, but here we do not have the value of T of I. Previously we were using T of I. Why we are using T of I? We are using it only for shuffling. For key generation you are not using T of I. So, again here you are putting the value of I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, that is initializing, and for every message, so you will be getting some plain text message. As soon as you get a plain text message, you have to generate a key. Okay. So, how you are generating that key? So, I is equal to I plus 1 mod 256. So, I is equal to I plus 1 means I becomes 1 and j is equal to j plus s of I, j plus s of I. So, what is the value of j? J is equal to j plus s of I. So, at present the value of j is 0 plus s of I value is 1 now. So, s of 1, what is there in s of 1? Previously you have 6, suppose you have 6. Okay. So, 6. So now our j value became 6. Okay, I value is 1 and j value is 6. Okay, so yes, now you have to swap s of I with s of j. When you swap s of I with s of j, when you swap s of I with s of j, s of I is 1 and j is 6. Let us see what is there in s of I and s of j. S of 1 you have 6, in s of j, that is in s of j it is 0. So they are again telling you to swap these two values. Okay, after swapping that, we will calculate the t value. T is equal to s of I plus s of j. So what is there in s of I and s of j? You have 6 and 0 actually. So our t value became 7. Now you have to take s of t value as the key. So what is there in s of t? Suppose you have some, after permuting it you may have some 256 or 250, you do not have 256, it will be some number between 0 to 255. Let us suppose you have 251 there. Okay. So if you have 251, the key will be the value that is present in s of 251. Whatever value is present in this particular location, that value will be the key. So you will use that key value to perform the encryption for the message. Suppose our message value is some 25 and at s of 251 you have some 8. So you have to XOR this 25 with 8 and whatever you get, that value will be the cipher value. Okay. So like that, as soon as a stream comes, what you will do? You will calculate this thing. You will calculate the j value and you will swap the s of I with s of j and you will add s of I with s of j and that value you are calling it as t and you are taking s of t as the key value. You are taking s of t as the key value and you are adding it to the plain text value to get the ciphertext value. So this is what we have seen in the previous figure also. In that particular figure we were seeing that only. Yeah. So initial permutation, so initialization, here you are initializing it and then you are taking the key and you are expanding the key here and you are using the key, you are shuffling the S matrix and now see you are calculating the j value and you are swapping the s of I with s of j and afterwards, after performing the swapping once with all the elements of this particular state array, you start calculating the value of t and whatever present at s of t and the value that is present at s of t will be the key. Okay. So here you have taken s is equal to s of I plus j and after getting the new j value you are swapping s of I with s of j and you are calculating the t as t is equal to s of I plus s of j. Again when a new value comes you do the same thing, you increment the I value and you will have j is equal to j plus s of I and the same thing will continue. Okay. So this is about your RC4 algorithm and how secure this particular RC4 is. So it is secure against the known attacks and it is but you have to take a large key value, and the result is also non-linear, that is good, and you should never reuse the key. If you reuse the key, there is many chances of cryptanalysis, and in WEP protocol actually they had a problem, but this is not due to the RC4 algorithm, that is because of the key. So currently RC4 it is working well. So currently this RC4 it is working well. Thank you.